Well, today's Saturday and it's the 14th of October 2023, and we've come down to Palmanova, and we're not in front of the usual heart. The heart's disappeared, it's been gone since August, but there is actually something in its place. So let's have a look, see what's in its place. We seem to have an invasion. There's trampolines here. That looks like fun. And there's a big van on this side. Not sure what that is, but the heart itself, well, that's not here at the moment. It's gone. I am assuming for repair. The big trees that were here, well, they've gone too. You may remember there were some big pine trees here, and I was saying, I wonder if somebody actually heard me, that those pine trees were actually quite out of place here in Palmanova. Palmanova needs palm trees, and that's exactly what we've got. So we've got some palm trees here. So what are these trampolines and other things doing here? Well, Anita tells me, font of all knowledge, Anita here, saw her on a Facebook group somewhere that very rapidly disappeared, that there is some sort of a fair, fiesta, market, something going on tomorrow for us, which is Sunday. I've seen nothing, but that's very typical of here. There is very little information about what's going on and when it's going on. So it'll either happen or it won't happen, and we will either see it or we won't see it. We had actually got other plans for tomorrow. We were going to go to Majorca because they do definitely have a fair there, and it's their big fair, so that's still quite high on the agenda. It's been a really busy, hectic and chaotic few days for us. Well, chaotic, wrong word, but very busy. And so we've been busily doing stuff. So today we're actually in Alcudia, and they had their fiesta today. We went last year, it was fantastic, and it was equally fantastic today. Met two little boys there, Hugo and Tony, who were quite interested in the fact that we were doing different things on YouTube. I think these are new. I don't remember seeing that before.
Yeah, smoke.
I always knew that this was the beach that you weren't allowed to smoke, so this is the smoke-free beach, which is great news. And then they always said that you had to have a sign. Well, there is the sign. This is the smoke-free beach. And is this new? I don't know. This is a little Calvia notice board. Someone was saying that the beds have all been packed up and the parasols, well, not on this beach. Though there are some poles here, so I'm guessing that some have been removed already, but there are still quite a lot here. And Calvia have announced that they're doing this Beach 365, Calvia 365, trying to promote Calvia as an area, which includes Palmanova, as an area for holidays 365 days a year. Try to get away from just the few summer months and extend the season. We'll see what happens there. We've come out hopefully a little bit earlier so we can walk a bit further before it going pitch black on us, which is what's happened in recent walks. So it's actually 25 to 7 and the sun is going out, but going down. People here in Camp Blanc having a drink. Still plenty of people on the beach. We have in October so far been experiencing incredibly warm weather with temperatures well up to 30 degrees. Today not been an exception. However, according to the weather forecast, there's going to be a change overnight, and between now and tomorrow sometime the weather will change. We could get rain and we should get somewhat lower temperatures. When I say lower temperatures, it'll go down to 25 or 26 degrees. So we're not talking about cold weather, we're talking about normal weather for this time of the year, which will be a little bit cooler. So here's a little bit of support in Anita's prediction for tomorrow. There's a big diesel generator here.
It's a new work of art.
Next to the tree. And all of the cables have been installed. So my guess is there's going to be something going on down there.
There's no posters anywhere.
But why is there no information? Why is there not a poster somewhere saying that something's going on?
They usually have it as you drive down the road, don't they?
Yeah.
Banner.
The thing that they do have in Calvia at the moment is the gastronomy event, which is in all the areas of Calvia. And what they do there is that each restaurant that wants to take part has to offer a particular menu, and that menu is for a price, usually 18 euros, though you might find some that are a little bit less than 18 euros. And they provide you with a complete 3-course meal for that. And it's called the Mostra Cuines Calvia. And just on that lamp post you can see the advert for it there. So different parts of Calvia. So we went to one last weekend which was in Capdea, but this weekend it's somewhere different.
Stage here.
So more evidence Anita's correct. Look, they've got the tables and the chairs out, and we've got a stage, and I don't think I've ever seen a stage here.
No.
It's a completely new place, but it's actually quite a good place. I think well, it is in the sun, but you've got quite a big area here, and you've got the roadside there. They've got the wall there for people to enjoy whatever's going to go on the stage. So Anita described it as an autumn fair.
I'll try and find it.
Shall we walk up there that way?
Maybe we should have a drink, being it's a Saturday night.
Have a drink? Oh dear.
I think.
We've been out, so we went to the fiestas of Algaida. I say Algaida. And that was very interesting, but we did after that go out for lunch today, so we've been out with our friends Marcia and Monroe, just to our local restaurant, which is Es Reco de Genova. And as always, we had an amazing menu, all for the grand price of 17 euros 50. Yeah. And that included all the wine you could drink, 3 courses, and coffee. And yesterday we actually went to the other side of the island. We went to Alcudia. But we didn't go to the town of Alcudia or the port. We went beyond there to the area which is referred to as La Victoria, to perhaps the most amazing of museums on the island, where they've got just incredible works of art, sculptures, paintings, and beautiful gardens too, and some different things. So there was even a car there, which there was actually 2 vehicles I saw there, plus bicycles. We went there about 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, and interesting to see the new things that are there this time that we hadn't seen before. So it's somewhere you can go to over and over again, and the gardens are always going to be different. You've got different times of the year, you're going to see different flowers, different plants. But the sculptures, you can watch the video, but it's not until you're walking next to them, or even through them in some cases, that you actually appreciate the magnitude and the work that must have gone into these works of art, which many of them, most of them, are actually made out of granite, one of the harder rocks, one of the hardest rocks we find. You might have it in your kitchen, but it's very, very hard rock, and they've managed to manipulate it somehow into some amazing shapes and amazing different animals.
How do you do that? Do you use a hammer and a chisel?
Well, that's one way of doing it, but it's so that some of them are so glossy smooth, you've got to polish them, probably with something like diamond.
Hello, sir.
Well, you said hello, sir, to you.
Oh my goodness! It's one of my former pupils who was studying chemistry with me, and one of the most gratifying things he's just said is that he's continuing to study chemistry. Even now he's finished his GCSEs, going on to do A-levels, so well done.
What's his name?
Come round to the middle beach now, and they're out playing their volleyball as always. And again, someone who was saying about the parasols going, well, that's there's ever been parasols down on that part, and there are parasols here and lots of beds. Parasols would normally, and the beds would, wow, there's a lot of, and I say there's a lot of volleyball pitches out here. There are. I think this is the time of the year they must have the tournaments. Incredible. Just seen the A11 bus go down. That will be finishing at the end of this month, as is normal. So anyone coming to Palmanova will have to do it. If you want to do it by bus, you do it in 2 stages. You go to Palma, change, and then get the bus to Palmanova. It's no big deal really. You just change in Plaza Mayor. You see the tents over there. That'll be for the volleyball competitions. Box camps. I don't think I've ever seen so many volleyball pitches set up. Lots of hammocks over there as well. It's a little rest. And as is typical at the weekend, the Spanish families come down, bring their picnics with them, and picnic tables under the trees, under the shade, and have have a really good time.
Rugby's on, is it?
Rugby's on, yeah, and it's Wales, Argentina. When I looked about an hour ago or more, I think it was Wales were winning 10-0. So it will have progressed somewhat. It must be the end of the match now.
You might have the football on here.
Oh, 17-19 now is the score. So Argentina have done the big comeback, but it's not all over until that last whistle goes. "72 minutes, so
How long is it? 90?
80, I think. And we've got rugby, we've got Wales, Argentina now, and then later on Ireland, New Zealand. That'll be a tough one.
We haven't got Mallorca.
Wales must be pushing. I can hear them cheering across the road over there at Reflex. They've got a huge screen over there. Well, it's early evening and it feels
Lovely temperature.
nice temperature, but it's busy, isn't it? It feels busy. Still lots of people wandering around. Should be in the hotels having their dinner now. See people out on the sea, water skiing or whatever it is, being dragged behind a boat.
This is all paddle here.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. So this will be all part of the events that are going on tomorrow, I'm guessing. We've had a gardening few days this week, so we've been to the garden centre, we've been to Anita's garden, and we've been looking at the plants in Alcudia, but I think this tree needs a bit of a trim, darling. I think you need to come down later on with your steps. Get up there. So the next one looks as though it's been done, but this one looking a little bit scruffy. Get it done. The Zell. Oh, nice that we're coming past just when the Zell's beach club bar, spa bar is open, Besso Beach. It says Besame mucho. So when people were saying they've taken up the parasols and I can see the poles here and the beds, then this is perhaps part of the reason. It may be that they won't put them all back because it's getting quieter now. I suppose towards the end of the season there's probably enough beds here. I just wish that somehow they could let everybody know what's going on. discussing today where we're going to watch the next Mallorca match, which we normally do with, it's an away match, so we normally do it at the Mallorca Cafe, but that's been closed now for the past year or so, or at least the past few months. And we need a different venue because we've been going to the Depression, which is okay, and maybe that's where we'll end up going next week. Final score? Final score?
Still playing.
Still playing. Got another water skier out there. So if we look at the weather forecast as it stands for the next week, the weather's largely unsettled, with many days having the possibility of rain. But certainly the websites I use, which is usually AccuWeather.
Is that usually accurate?
Well, that's what I always thought. Nothing's very accurate as far as Majorca is concerned because of mountains, and make it all a little bit predictable. We have a whole coast along the west, which is mountainous, and that affects how the air masses move over the island. And as they move, they rise and cool, and as they cool, then can possibly cause precipitation. Yes, there's the ducks. Quite often find ducks here. During lockdown, when we used to walk along here, there were no people, and the ducks sort of had a free range, didn't they? And that we'd find them in the different bars, in the restaurants, in the hotels. They were wandering around freely and happily. It's looking a little bit choppy, but it's beautifully clear as we go past Santa Lucia. This is where Sean and Claire were staying only a few weeks ago. Now they are already planning their holiday for next year, but to a different hotel.
Why? I mean, what have I done to you? Huh? What have I done to you?
No.
See some interesting boats in the distance. In fact, can see in the distance, I guess you're not going to see it very well on this video, but there is a cruise liner you can see popping out over there. Had some really big cruise liners in. And there's a big question of whether we should have more or less or stay the same. It's up for discussion at the moment. Here we are, just going round the sun lounge area and pool of the Santa Lucia Hotel. And there is quite a nice breeze.
Well, at least you had some fun. Yeah, now because we are making
So at some point, we're going to have to decide what we're going to do tomorrow. Is it Majorca or is it Palmanova? I guess it does depend on the weather. If it's pouring down with rain, neither fiesta is going to be a fun place to be, I guess. I bet the organisers are panicking a little, checking that weather forecast minute by minute. And for the people who've got stalls, they've committed themselves, so they've paid their money to have stalls. They've got all of their gear ready, they've probably got stock ready, and if it's a food stall, it's got a limited shelf life. It's risky business. We were involved with one quite a few years ago, and I did a lot of work for people who'd got the stalls, creating banners and signs for them. And there was an almighty storm, the whole thing got called off. And these people had spent such a lot of money just in preparation for it. I don't know whether they could claim anything.
You're insured, Yvonne used to insure people.
Yeah. So this is the San Matias Beach, and this is the San Matias Beach Hotel. It's actually looking quite splendid, and this is where Sean and Claire are going to be coming next year. They've already done their bookings, I think. And interestingly enough, if we look along the trees here, most of them need a bit of a sprucing up, a bit of cutting, but there's just one up there that has been manicured perfectly. I wonder if that's the one in front of the olive tree. Oh. No, it's not. It's in front of CISO's, I think. We'll see as we get closer. Oh, it's nice to have been able to get a little bit further along here before it's gone dark.
Menu del Dia and the olive tree at the moment now.
Tonight?
No, in the day.
Oh, in the day. So I don't think I need very much to eat. I had a lovely lunch. I had their arroz brut.
3 plates for me.
3 plates of arroz brut. They bring a big tureen full of this arroz brut, which is like a rice soup, with meat, snails. Not to everyone's fancy, I suppose. I don't mind snails at all. But they bring this big tureen that you can just help yourself to, and so there was a big tureen full, and there was only Monroe and myself having it, so we just helped ourselves and enjoyed it. And then followed by another course, which was a frito course that I had, frito dish, which was a little bit like frito mallorquin, but with different meats in it. It was quite nice. And Anita had cannellonis. Did you have to start?
I did, cannellonis.
Yeah, were they good?
Yeah, very nice.
And then a fish dish, which she wasn't so keen on. But, Anita's a bit funny about fish. And then a dessert as well. Oh, you declined the dessert?
No, I had melon.
Oh, you had a melon. Yes, you had melon. And I had, what did I have? Lemon meringue. That's what I had. A nice big piece of lemon meringue. And coffee, all for €17.50. No video of that one, I'm afraid. You just have to take our word for it.
And then Angela's coming next week, so it'll be lots more eating out.
I need a rest. I need a rest. Yep, before Angela comes. So yeah, from Tuesday, we'll have an addition to our videos.
Sí, pero que puedas adelantar y todo eso, que te ponga adelante un camión y tengas fuerza.
Nice breeze.
There's the origin.
Origin up there.
Palmanova und so jetzt das Restaurant.
Cantina Sol.
It must make good money. Save good money.
I wouldn't go racing.
And this is the olive tree. And then BMAX. Somewhere we've not been actually, so it actually looks really good. And then we have a new kid on the block here. New this year. Been doing a lot of work. This is called the Calvia Beach House. And the last one on this side is the Zen Lounge Bar and Grill. Again, looks really smart. Quite often have live music there. It's the Tobago, Fergus style Tobago hotel there, the Commodoro on this side. And then the what used to be the Hawaii, which is now Leonardo Hotel. So this part of the sea is very calm. Still people out there swimming.
Seems the best to walk on, I think.
Put a few screws in it, you think? This is like a wooden boardwalk along here. So we've got La Vista. And then Scotsman, of course. Football and the boxing and the rugby on. Whatever your sport, they've got them all on. Oh dear. And this is the JJ Sports Bar.
No, this is no different. It's still odd. Very nice to walk.
Yeah, a little bit bouncy here, isn't it? A little bit like walking on the trampoline at the other end of the beach. This is the pool to the Leonardo Hotel. Walk along here. Interesting pool, very long and thin, but right by the sea.
See the cruise liner now.
Oh yeah. So the pool's closed now, prohibited. And that makes sense because that's the time that they put the chemicals in, which act overnight. Keep it nice and clean for the morning. And this area's chained off. So we have to walk around. Slip through the gaps. Not sure what that involves because it's all open here. Oh well.
What?
It's all chained off, but it's all open here. Not a very effective chaining off. Come this far just for the views. There's some benches here you can sit down and Just watch the world go by, watch the boats go by, just listen to the sea lapping against the shore. Well, we're going to make our way back now. If I see anything interesting, I will put the camera back on. But otherwise, thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Well, it's a very warm night.
It's Saturday.
And it's a Saturday, and we've had a long walk. I've done over 16,000 steps. My
I don't
phone
think you
tells me.
have. I have.
Anita's done over 16,000. I've just borrowed some of hers, I
Stolen
think.
mine.
So we stopped off. We're in the Beehive. It's our usual horn for a drink and watch the world go by from here. And I've got my usual shandy. Anita's on the Aperol. So cheers, everyone. Oh,
Lovely.
just so refreshing, that drink is.
So is this.
Cheers. See you next time.